rather stab myself with a bull spear than let you marry a zombie arrow.
I would never hurt you.
You just bit your mom.
What's going on, everybody? It's Ted again with the Countdown to Geeks.com, and I got another special interview for you guys from the movie The Zombie Wedding, which is absolutely hysterical. It's the one and only Kevin Chamberlin. How are you doing, sir?
It's good to be here. I'm great.
This is very special for me because you're in two of my favorite all-time movies. I'll let you guess what those are later on in our conversation. But the reason why you're here is because you are part of this hilarious, sometimes absurd, off-the-wall comedy, The Zombie Wedding, where you play Buddy Bob Morgan. Kevin, just tell us a little bit about your experience being a part of this project. I read that it was once a play. And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, it's a story in which zombies are taking over the planet, but they're not the ones you're used to. They walk, they talk, they think, and sometimes they get married. And that's what this movie is about. So, Kevin, your overall sort of experience working on this project.
Well, it was wild because I've never been cast through my TikTok. Micah Khan, who is our esteemed director, apparently fell in love with my comedic brilliance. I started doing TikToks during the pandemic as a creative outlet.
There you go.
And he was a big fan and a follower, and he thought I would be perfect for the role. And so it was a straight offer. I didn't have to audition, which was nice. You always know you're wanted. And that's all actors really want in this world, is to be wanted.
Absolutely.
And I got to go back to my home state in New Jersey. I grew up in South Jersey and went to Vineland many a time. And Vineland really plays a part in this zombie film. And many of the extras are all Vineland residents, and they got a nice tax credit to bring the film to New Jersey to shoot. So it's good to bring jobs. You know, as you know, film sets bring a lot of jobs, from the caterers to the extras and
absolutely
locations, and so it was fun to hang out in the town for a month and be zombies and those who are afraid or eaten by them.
You are part of this illustrious comedic cast. One of my all-time favorite SNL cast members, Sherry O'Terry, is hasn't lost a beat. She's still got her quick, witty timing. Micah told me that, you know, her and Siobhan were basically improving a lot of the times, going back and forth. How was it working and improving with such great, hilarious actresses such as Sherry and Siobhan?
Well, I ruined many a take by cracking up at them.
I would too. I so would.
They were amazing. And I've known Sherry because I did a show on the Disney Channel called Jessie for many years. And she was a guest star on it once. And so we had known each other before. And Siobhan I knew through mutual friends, and was always a big fan of her since Men in Black.
Oh my gosh.
Egger. And
yeah.
So we had a blast. She's the two of them are comedic geniuses, and I'm not really from the improv world, and so that's I kind of stick to the script for the most part. But they make it easy, you know, because I'm just reacting off of them, and they can riff and go on for minutes after you think they're going to yell cut, and they just keep going. So I just followed along.
It's amazing. I heard it was sort of a quick shoot, roughly less than 3 weeks it took to film this whole thing. What was it like collaborating with Micah? You know, trying to get everything down. I mean, I heard the makeup, just the process for the team to do all the zombies took hours every single day to get people ready. Like there's just so many moving parts. It's amazing you guys got it done in such a quick amount of time.
I was very happy not to wear zombie makeup
You're one
because
of the lucky ones, yeah.
I didn't have to get called at 4:30 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, that makeup was really intense, and it was pretty warm that summer, and it was or I guess it was more fall, but it was still very warm, and underneath all those layers of latex, I was feeling for Donald and all the gang. Um, but it was very fast. I mean, we literally only got two or three takes, but it was very collaborative, and Micah really trusts his actors. And of course, direction is 90% of direction is casting,
Mm.
and he cast this movie very well, and so he could just concentrate on the camera work and not have to really hash out scenes acting wise. Everyone kind of knew their moments, and so it went smoothly in that regard. Really very very smoothly. And I've been on some rough sets. I'm an old fart in this business now.
Legend. Legend is the
Legend.
word.
Oh yes, legend in my own mind.
Buddy Bob Morgan, he's such like this cartoon character. He's hilarious. Is it all just on the page, or did you garner inspiration from any specific place or an amalgamation of different places? How did you come up with this guy?
No, it was all on the page, and the way he makes little malapropisms and screws up words a lot. That was all on the page,
Wow.
and I've done a lot of Southern roles in my career, and so it comes easy to me, and that just adds a level of funny to it. When you can get all down home and hickey, be a little Southern Gothic.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, he's absolutely hilarious. Your daughter, the lead actress Deepti, who plays Ashley Morgan, talked to us about just what you saw from her. Two young leads who I think they haven't had a whole lot of experience in sort of a lead role, but they were absolutely brilliant together, and they just had to endure so much, especially
Don,
Donald, who had to wear the
Don.
makeup just throughout the end of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, they really have they're the straight men to all the and straight men and women to all the craziness around them. And it's a very touching, beautiful story and a wonderful metaphor. You can find so many metaphors in this. And uh it it I mean, you hear stories every day of people falling in love with people who are terminal, have terminal illnesses, or there was a whole uh I felt there was like it reminded me of the plays that were written during the AIDS crisis, where people were in relationships and found out that they were serodiscordant.
Wow. Yeah.
And so they really found the depths of that predicament that a couple in love finds themselves in. And then it's a great um seesaw against the wackiness that was surrounding them, uh from the mother-in-laws fighting to people getting eaten all around them. And I also love the weekly world news angle, with
Yeah.
the this kind of satirical look at tabloid journalism.
You
I
had
thought they
a
were great.
Oh, fantastic. You had a front row seat to the show that was Seth Gilliam as the Reverend in this movie. I would have been cracking up nonstop. I've never seen Seth in a role like this. I've talked to him multiple times before, and I can't wait to see him again because I'm going to ask him, what on earth were you doing?
Well, it started with the hair, I think.
Oh
The
my gosh.
hair, that it was all about that hair. Um, yeah, he was out there and but also grounded and really and a very nice man. I'd never
Yeah.
met him before.
I mentioned at the start of this interview that you're in two of my all-time favorite movies. And I don't
Let me
use
guess.
that
Let me
term
guess.
lightly.
Let's
Go for it.
see. Die Hard with a Vengeance.
You got one.
Oh, good. Road to Perdition.
Boom! Look at you, two for two.
Well, those were my two biggest budget movies, I think. And you got Tom Hanks. You know that Road to Perdition was one of Daniel Craig's first movies.
Wow.
Um, Die Hard was one of Sam Jackson's
Yeah.
first movies, right after Pulp Fiction. And I have a crazy story about Die Hard.
Oh, please.
That we were shooting, do you remember the song that it begins with?
Oh my
When
gosh.
the first explosion happens?
I don't remember the
It's
song.
it's hot time, summer in the city, back of my neck getting dirty and gritty.
Yeah.
And so it's supposed to take place on one of the hottest days in the summer. Or in the fall. I mean, school
Sure.
is back into session, and there's a bomb in the school, of course. But it's supposed to be a hot New York City day,
Hmm.
and production got so far behind. And my big bomb that I was diffusing at the end of the movie, for those of you who haven't seen it, I was the Charlie, the bomb squad captain. And the bomb kept getting sent back to the prop shop because the director didn't like the look of it.
Oh wow.
And I was supposed to be diffusing this bomb in this school in Harlem. And so we had to shoot that scene. So if you see me first open up the refrigerator doors, that's in New York City. But
Okay.
then when you see the bomb, it kept getting colder in New York as we went along,
Oh
and you
no.
started to be able to see your breath.
Oh wow.
And so the whole production had to move down to South Carolina. And
Wow.
so when you actually see me looking at the bomb and we see the bomb, that's South Carolina in Charleston. And of course, it was freezing cold there too. Uh, and we were in this, we'd started in August, and this is now December. And I had to chew on ice cubes. And then right as they said action, I had to spit the ice cube out so that my breath would not vaporize.
Wow. That I didn't know that
Uh,
was a trick.
I
That's
didn't either.
interesting.
That was my first movie, so I didn't really. Um, and I was supposed to work 2 months, 2 weeks on that movie, and I ended up working 5 months.
That's amazing.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching, and you also had so many great scenes, so many great lines.
Yeah,
It's ingrained in my head when you take that pen and mixing the two um liquids
the
together, and
binary liquids.
you
Yes,
toss that a trash can in a corner.
very cool stuff.
Very cool stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
they
And
actually
then
had. I was going to see a movie, and the trailer for Die Hard popped up, and I'd never seen the trailer. And there I am on the big screen in the trailer, going, very cool stuff. I was like, yeah, I made it into the trailer.
so amazing.
And
Still holds.
no guts, no glory, too. That's the other big line
Oh
in
my
the.
gosh. Yeah. All of it. And it still holds up. I mean, like it hasn't
It
lost
does.
any of its attitude, it's any of it whatsoever. It still holds up today. It's so many great actors who are still working, and it's just incredible. And I bring up Road to Perdition because at the time I never had imagined Tom Hanks would be playing such a intimidating
Dark.
figure.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he's
it's very dark.
yeah, he's very dark individual who's hell bent on revenge, and it's just so different than anything else you've ever seen him in.
I
He's
was doing
incredible.
I was doing a play in New York directed by Sam Mendes, and he pulled me aside during rehearsals and said, "I have a role for you in my next film." And I'm like, "Oh my God, really?" And he goes, yeah, and it stars Tom Hanks, Paul Newman. I mean, the cast was just incredible.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I kind of forget that I actually worked with Paul Newman. That was pretty
you can't
cool.
do that. All right, back to the topic at hand. I'm going to give you about 10, 20 seconds. We want folks at home to watch the zombie wedding on demand. They can find it on demand right now. Tell folks at home why should they watch it, Kevin? Give them the reasons why. Go for it.
Well, if you're really into horror and the zombie genre, this movie kind of flips it on its head and makes it a very fun romantic comedy. So it's a great, cool take on that. It's a satirical look at tabloid journalism, and it's the Weekly World News's first production they've ever done. They're going to move on. They're going to do a lot more. I hear there's Batboy coming up too. um, and it has an incredible cast. Even Mickey Dolenz from the
Oh my
Monkees is in it.
gosh.
And Sherry
Yeah.
Terry, and of course myself, of Disney Channel's Jessie and Road to Perdition and Die Hard will get to see me in a role they've never seen before. And it's beautifully directed, it's beautifully designed, and it zips along. It's really funny and absurd, completely absurd. And hey, it takes place in Jersey.
Absolutely. It's absolutely hysterical. You're gonna see folks in it, how you've never seen them before. I absolutely promise you that. And if you're a huge fan of Sherry O'Terry, this is her at her best. She just falls back into this sort of reoccurring persona that she's always had, and it's just so great. She's so funny. It feels like it's a long Saturday Night Live bit at times, with Sherry just kind of running away with the laughs and things. But yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. The Zombie Wedding on video on demand right now. Find it wherever you can, and also where can they find Kevin on TikTok? What's your handle there?
Chamberlin underscore Kevin. I just hit 11 million followers.
Oh my God. Yep, you're
Yeah,
doing something right.
I'm quite a thing on TikTok now. I don't know. I don't get it, but I enjoy doing it. You know, it all started from looking for a creative outlet, and now it's become a part-time job.
You also have a another project coming up. You're working with J.J. Abrams for an HBO Max, sorry, just a
Yep,
Max streaming series
I
now
do the
or
same thing.
project. Tell us about Duster, or don't get in
Yeah,
trouble, but tell us a little bit
no, I
about it.
won't get in trouble. Duster is coming out probably in this season of Max streaming, and it takes place in the early 70s. It's an homage to the muscle car movies of the early 70s, and it's also about based on the first black female FBI agent who is uncovering some nasty goings on in the Southwest. And it also stars Josh Holloway from Lost, who was
Oh my
Sawyer on
God.
Lost. And a lot of great actors are in it. And it's going to be a big hit, I think.
It sounds like you had me sold at muscle cars. I don't drive them, but I absolutely love looking at them and wishing I had one. So can't wait for
The
that.
title is it references the Plymouth Duster.
Ooh, gotcha.
Yes,
Very
which is
cool.
what he drives.
I'm excited for it. Kevin, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today, give us some insight about the zombie wedding, and also talk to us about Die Hard with a Vengeance. Really cool backstories there. And congrats on your success, especially on TikTok. That's massive, sir. And cannot wait to see what else you got coming up, buddy.
Thank you so much. And any directors and producers out there, just check out my TikTok since I got cast off that from
Do it. Absolutely. Go check them
yeah.
out.
Yeah, cast me. It's the best casting um the best easiest way to get cast is to do a TikTok and be seen on there. So
Who needs an
it's
agent
kind of
these
cool.
days?
I don't. I certainly I just lost mine. They were embezzling money.
Oh my God.
I've had bad luck with it's the third one. Third
Oh
one.
man.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm managing myself.
Well, I'm glad to see you doing well, sir. Thanks again, man.
Thank you.
Come on, you crazy ass zombies.
I'm not dying in New Jersey!